Let's now take you to Marikana, where we find our reporter Malungelo. Booi, Malungelo, very good morning to you. So tell us about preparations to commemorate this particular day, but also looking into the questions that are raised by Joseph Matunjwa. Is that sense of justice and closure that the families of the victims have still not found?
That's right, Aldrin. Perhaps let's start with the latter part of your question. In fact, if you speak to a number of people here in Marikana, especially those on that day who survived police brutality, the survivors of that massacre, they'll tell you that justice has really not been served, because they're saying that the people they believe or were implicated in that Falam Commission of Inquiry to have been perhaps responsible for what happened on that day have actually not been in jail. And of course, people here saying that they still want actually answers, and they still want an apology to even politicians who were also implicated in that Falam Commission of Inquiry, the Marikana Commission of Inquiry. In fact, Aldrin, we know that the name of Deputy President at the time, Cyril Ramaphosa, came out a lot in that inquiry, as well as then Police Minister Nathi Mthethwa, as well as Mineral Resources Minister Susan Shabangu. Their names came out in that inquiry. Though the inquiry, Aldrin, exonerated them, saying that it could not found that their actions or that influenced police action on that day. But the inquiry also found, though, that Uriah Pierre, who was actually the police commissioner at the time, as well as the Northwest Commissioner at the time, Uzuki Swambombo, they actually should be held accountable for this, or their fitness to hold office should be held. We know that both of those people are no longer holding office. But of course, if you speak to people here on the ground, they'll tell you that they still want answers. So what's likely then to happen today is that we're likely to see the survivors of this massacre gathering here, as well as the relatives of those who passed away, coming here to commemorate this event. Here's what I've seen, what's interesting, Aldrin, that I've seen already. I've covered this commemoration event for several years now, but what's actually interesting today is that the visibility of security personnel, as well as police that are here. Inside, when you go inside, I've counted about 4 police vehicles, but you also see members of the South African police also moving around the area, and you're also seeing a lot of private security personnel. But you can also see, though, that there are some marshals that are already here, and some routes leading to the koppie where this incident took place 12 years ago. It has been closed, and you can see that these are some of the people that are waiting to actually, go inside and to listen to this commemorative event. And we have been told that AMCU leaders will actually gather here. But I was also talking to another representative of AMCU here, just off camera, asking whether are they expecting any other person or politician to gather here. And he simply said to me that they never invite people to come to this gathering. People come to this gathering out of their own will to sympathize with them, and also just to commemorate this event. Aldrin.